Well, hello everyone, and would you like to welcome all the way from Townsville, our Andrew, Emma and Joey.
Hello.
Oh, guys, so good to see you, So we're going to catch up a little bit together, and I've got some questions. Is that okay?
It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I feel a bit wintry with my hoodie on. What's the temperature up there today?
Oh, what, 27, 28?
Wow.
Yeah, with a nice cool breeze.
Hey, well, look, we got some questions we'd love to ask you, Emma and Andrew. So let's kick off. Really simply, how are you guys doing? What season? We love to ask that it's a bit Christianese, but how would you describe how you guys are doing at the moment, all the way up there?
Yeah, we're doing really well. One thing that we love here is just like surrounded by beauty. Really, we've got mountains and rivers and ocean, and it's a really underrated city. Probably the honeymoon period of adventure, new place, that wore off, and COVID hit, and we found ourselves in some harder days, a little bit lonely, missing family and friends. But the surroundings and this place that we've fallen in love with keeps pointing us back to him and why we're here. The season we're in, I think, like one big word I thought of today even was like discovery. Just discovering why we're here and who we're here with. The school, Shalom, beautiful school. Here, I'll give you a quick look. I'm outside at the school.
Nice.
And it's a beautiful spot. But the kids are amazing, and like there's a few from New Zealand, and then 90% are Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island, and just discovering about them and their faith, their spirituality, and connecting to their families. Been a real privilege, and so I guess we're like sponges, just listening and learning as we settle in.
And for those who might need to remember that Andrew and Emma and Joey, the reason you're up there in Townsville is because God's called you to go and to bless and serve and be part of things up there, and with Jesus and his people. And so, guys, what are you learning as during this time? What are you learning?
Well, I think we're learning lots and lots of things, but I think one of the things lately has been to embrace the days of small beginnings. I think sometimes some of the things that we've been doing might feel small or might feel a little bit hidden, but God's just been putting on our heart the importance of just taking a posture of learning and serving, and getting used to the environment that we're in, and learning from the people who have been here much longer than us and have been working in different areas all around Townsville. So just embracing that and being okay with that, and being okay with not doing, but just being here and being around people. And even for me, I've at home now full-time with Joey, so even that can feel a little bit hidden and small, but God's been kind of just showing me the beauty of that, of building connection with her, of focusing on our family. So I think that's one of the things, and I think we've also been learning the art of kind of daily surrender. And I think you can come up to these places and we've got so many different ideas floating around in our head and our mind and our hearts, but we're just really wanting to just lay it all down at God's feet again, and just saying, what are you on, God? Like, what are you leading us to do? What we just want to move with him and in his timing. And then I guess finally, probably another major one has been, we've obviously had some days where it's been a bit lonely and challenging, and we've really missed family and friends in our community in Sydney. And God's just been reminding us, I think, of the importance of praise and thanksgiving. And just, having that in those moments, giving him praise and being thankful, and also doing that as a family. Joey's been teaching us a lot in that, as we've just been praising and worshiping together, but just the importance of that to keep you focused, to keep you from kind of spiraling into emotion, but just to remember who God is and the bigger picture.
It's wonderful. Andrew and Emma too, just, a couple of weeks ago, there was that very sad news with the teenagers that, and the car crash. And then, of course, for around the world, we're all walking together in with justice. And what have you been hearing and learning during this time up there, particularly in Townsville, with all of this?
In this season where we're listening and learning, I was able to go out and I took little Joey to a protest here in Townsville, and it was like a really beautiful time. It was led by the First Nation people. Thousands showed up. They spread out, socially distant. But actually, people from all ages and generations shared, and it was a good chance for me to hear some of the stories here and their experiences of racism and injustice as they connected to this wider Black Lives Matter kind of cry that had been happening. And so that was a beautiful experience locally for us to hear and witness. Then literally the next day, we woke up to 4 teenagers killed by a 14-year-old driver. And for us, that actually brought to surface a lot of Townsville and the dialogue, the tension, the conflict. Even just on the weekend, the tribute memorial on the road was vandalized and attacked. We saw a lot of horrible things said and spoken to the community, a lot of blame. And at first, I was angry to hear them respond to that after 4 young people died. But as I begin to look at it, I'm aware of the complexities. For some people here, their homes have been robbed and cars are stolen regularly here. There's youth crime is really bad, particularly with Indigenous young people. And so here I am, God's placed us in this school, really in the heart of it, and in the heart of connection to the community and the young people. And they're looking at schooling and opportunities for the different ways for young people to learn and to connect with the problem in our own nation that has come up through Black Lives Matter. Looking at incarceration rates and looking at what does the future look like for young people. We don't have the answers, but we're in a school that's all about the community, all about connecting and listening and walking with them and discovering their hearts and their dreams. And that's what we know God's heart is for why we're here and why we're just walking with what he places in front of us. But there's been some sad moments, and we've just tried to take, Jesus's posture to weep and be upset and cry with both sides of Townsville. But I'm shocked. Racism is real, and really in our faces the past few weeks here, with everyone blaming and attacking rather than walking through it together. And so we're hoping we'll be part of seeing this city grow, mature, and transform.
Andrew and Emma, about how can we be praying and walking with you together up there in prayer? What comes to mind?
So we're really encouraged by people who God keeps bringing out of the blue into our path, and that's been a real encouragement. But especially for Andrew in the school, we want to pray for a local Aboriginal elder that he can walk with and learn from, and also can help him as he looks at the cultural identity of the students in the school. So that's a really big one. And I think just other relationships with people who have been living here for a long time and know a lot about the climate that we're in, so that we just be aware of the people that God puts in front of us. I think also for wisdom, for what we say yes to be involved in and what we say no to be involved in, the timing of things, knowing when to take steps of starting new things, but also being really present in the school and what God's doing at the school and what he's showing and teaching us and Andy especially. I think probably relationships, connections, and just wisdom at the moment are sort of the main areas.
Well, Andrew and Emma and Joey, we definitely are praying with you, and it's been lovely just to pop in and catch up with how you're doing, particularly during this season. And so we are praying for you. Lots of love. to you both and to you all. Bye. See you guys.